Hello and welcome to the Mantic Open Day. It's currently 8 a.m. Yeah, right. Okay, let's go and find the queue. So I believe that over here we have the queue to the Mantic Open Day. So where we get to jump the queue and see it there. Oh no, no, this is just where you get the bacon sarnies to help with the hangover. Okay, it's this way actually. So up through here. How you doing? Okay, so thank goodness we've got past the two orcs on the door. So into what is basically the scariest building in Nottingham. Yes, this is a deserted mental institution type place or an abattoir or something like that. In this room here we have a load of demo games. So we have some Kings of War stuff going on. Oh, sorry. So over here, I love your shiny helmet. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah. It's Visored Saleh, Kingdoms of Men Special. So, yeah, I'm a foot guard.
How heavy is that?
I don't know, maybe 20 kilos all in.
Ooh, I like your weapon as well.
Have a
There's weight to that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Good for hitting.
Okay, so we I'm all tangled with Metal Mickey here. Okay, so we have some great guys in doing this. Over here, there's an absolutely beautiful army. I want you to have a look at over there. It's a kind of it's a repurposed lizard man army. Down here a wee bit, we have demos of Loca, which is the game from Alessio Cavatore, which is a game of elements, if we can hold up and over the top. So I'm going to squeeze through here and try and get a hold of Alessio just for a second. My apologies. Oh, sorry there. Alessio! Yeah, he's here with advertisement and all. So Alessio, what do you have on Kickstarter right now?
Let me think. On Kickstarter at the moment, you have a beautifully illustrated deck of tarot, which is actually a game. It's a card game, simple family-like card game, inspired to tarot.
Yes.
Yes. And it's based on Loca. And Loca is going on here. I'm told that they ran out of Locas and are going to fetch some more, which is a good thing.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So if you're interested in tarot and devil worshipping and stuff like that, go and check out Alessio Cavatore's Kickstarter. Okay, so so let's move on. Okay, so moving on round, we are coming through here. The whole building all starts to break off from this point, so you can go that way or you can go that way. To begin with, we're going to go this way because this is where there's a whole heap of interesting stuff going on from not only Mantic, but also from some of the other companies like Hawk War Games. So let me just squeeze through here.
Hi, Warren.
Hello there. So here we have Drop Zone Commander. Now, I'm going to squeeze in. Sorry for interrupting, guys, but Simon, do you have anything new with you today?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, right, off we go.
However, we are doing, we're showing off some new models
Yep.
from tomorrow. So if you check out our Facebook and, of course, the Beast of War site, which I'm sure we'll send across to you, there are new models for each of the races coming out one day for the first 12 days of Christmas. You'll get a sneak peek. And then from days 13 to 24, you'll get the full shot of the model.
I'm looking forward to the fifth day.
Yeah, well,
You're going to get me my 5 gold rings or something, yeah?
well, there'll be a nice new pick for one of the races then.
Excellent.
And then basically they'll be out in January, February and March, their releases. So you get to see the next 3 months worth of releases over the Christmas period.
Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you very much for that, guys. Louis, we have just been told about your amazing advent calendar.
Yes.
12 days of amazing images of what we're going to expect over the next 3 months or so.
Absolutely. And there will actually be 24 each day up until Christmas, so will be a new image.
24 days
Yeah,
of it?
so there'll be 24 days worth
Yeah.
of images, so it'll be exciting.
Okay.
Sneak peeks first and then full images.
Between me and you, though.
Yeah.
You're holding something back, are you? There's probably a surprise in there.
Possibly.
Oh, yeah, I thought there might be. Okay, so squeezing on through a little bit. This magnificent queue of magnificent people are here to pick up Dead Zone. And do you know what? We get to jump it. So let's just squeeze on through. This queue is getting longer and longer. So one of the amazing things that they've accomplished with Dead Zone is the boxes of plastic that these guys are getting from the Kickstarter is unreal. We had a look through the sprues a bit earlier on. Oh, my apologies. We had a look through the sprues a bit earlier on down in the packing area. And the terrain just looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. So, oh, we just squeezed. Oh! That was nice. So, through here. Apparently, where we're going, we don't need roads. Excuse me, gentlemen, Ronnie Renton, we're coming through.
Coming through, here they come, okay. If it's not mayhem enough, piece of war here.
So, Ronnie, my apologies, somebody's going to be delayed because I'm stealing this man.
Okay,
so.
Sorry, Baron.
So, Ronnie,
Yes.
what we're looking at here is, this is only a small part of the Dead Zone order, basically. There's just tons and tons.
Literally tons of stuff.
I can't get over the size of the boxes that these guys are walking out with.
I know.
They're massive boxes full of sprues.
So we've got some biggies down here. So we've sorted them out by name. But then this, Don Coulson. This is clearly from the even Marvel superheroes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are now. So that is a Kickstarter order.
That's a result of.
That is a normal person's order. I won't give his name away in case his wife doesn't know how much he spent.
Yeah, John Austin, you're in trouble.
You've been rumbled. Behind you is the warehouse of doom that will be empty in 3
Let's go
weeks' time.
and have a quick look, okay? So we'll just whoa. We almost lost a cameraman there. So just through here, we'll let him spin around. So in here, over here, for example, all these boxes just go all the way back. Absolutely mental.
So last week, this was empty,
Yep.
and in 2 weeks' time, it'll be empty again.
So you reckon you're going to burn through all the Kickstarter stuff and get it out?
Kickstarter and the pre-release edition. When we printed the Kickstarter version, we did an extra 5,000, 4,500 that we're putting out as a pre-release.
Yeah.
Comes with a unique model, metal survivor model as a kind of collector's piece. You can only get in that pre-release edition.
So this is what's going out to all the trade and the stores?
Because we want them to kind of participate in this. So
Happy days.
The main release is February, but to get those kind of guys that backed it, some of the Kickstarter backers were retailers. Mm-hmm. So we've done a special limited on run, and they're getting the 4,500 that come on this print run, and then we can have the full kind of trade launch in February when we've got more time and we're more organised and we can start running events and what have you. So
fantastic. Watch on Beasts of War, because we're going to have an unboxing of Dead Zone and other follow-on bits from that very, very soon. Ronnie, the day is hiving.
It's great.
We can barely get through at the moment. It is fantastic. Can you tell us some of the events and stuff that's taking place? There's tournaments and all sorts taking place today.
And it's just, it's getting to the stage where the open day used to be, hi, come and chat to us, and we open our warehouse and we have a show round. And I think to the very first event we ever did, we got one person, Ben Clapperton, thank you. Each time, then there was 20 or 30 came to Mantic Towers. Mm-hmm. Then we started doing the bunker and the numbers built up. This one, you can either come down and collect your Dread Zone Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. We've got a Dreadball tournament. Mm-hmm. It's a big tournament that's playing, I think one of the nationals or something, there's 20 or 30 people in that.
Yeah.
We've got all of the national winners, because we had a 5 nations, so England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, all played against each other. We've got all the champions here today. They're going to be playing a 5-way ultimate game.
Ooh.
So there's going to be some serious aggro going on there, I think. We've got a Kings of War tournament run by Sharad for a charity, a hospice in Nottingham. Mm-hmm. And so all the proceeds from that are going to the hospice, which he's involved in. So he's organised a Kings of War tournament there. We've got Alessio down, who's doing speeches and also presenting Locker, his new game. We've got seminars running over in the old building. And then we've got a studio tour as well, where we've got all the new Mars Attacks figures out, all painted Dave, the painter, and Sylvan, the sculptor,
Yeah.
are taking care of that. So lots on. We've also invited some of the other toy soldier companies from around. So Drop Zone Commander and Warlord Games have got Judge Dredd down. They're using the new scenery.
Yeah.
We gave them a couple of sprues earlier in the week. They've glued it, sprayed it, and it's already out being gamed with. So, tons of great fun.
Now, if you're watching this, there's every chance you weren't here. So have you picked when the next one's going to be?
Yeah, well, we're knocking up 2 a year. I think the next one is now we're getting these kind of numbers, we can organise ourselves to say, okay, let's take a haul over, let's make sure it's a little bit more sensible and organised. But yeah, it'd be great and if we can just build up. So I'm thinking probably they'll be talking Aprilish time for another one, and then one again same time next year.
So before this day is over, are we going to see you running around in a glass helmet going,
Fishbowl, isn't it?
Okay, so I just want to have a quick look at a couple of sprues. So if we can squeeze through here, be careful of the pallet trucks. Oh! And here we have James.
I've got my Vimto.
And you've just saved me from tripping over a pallet as well.
You nearly died.
James.
Hello.
There's a Dread Bull Ultimate going to take place later today of all the champs,
Yes.
right? I'm thinking me and you could kind of do a commentary on that
We certainly could.
and let the people at home see probably the ultimate Dread Bull Ultimate.
Yeah, that could work, couldn't it?
So we'll see if we can do that, and if we can, we'll append it onto the end of this.
Yeah.
But before we go, I want you to show me a couple of sprues.
Okay then.
One of the I'm tripping
Onto
over
the stand
everything.
here, like this.
Yes, just catch me.
Catch
One
me
of the
before.
right, what I can't get over
Yeah.
is I've seen the box of Dead Zone. It's massive.
Huge, isn't it?
It's massive. You could beat somebody to death with it.
I wouldn't, but you could.
But you could. Yeah. One of the amazing things that was accomplished at the Kickstarter was the terrain. Okay. The miniatures are beautiful. The miniatures are absolutely beautiful. But the terrain is an accomplishment on a whole other level. Now we're looking at terrain that you guys have done that clips together, so you could dry fit it and then glue it if you wanted to, or even not bother gluing it and take it all apart. There's something like 12 sprues or something like that of
It's
terrain.
a big number of sprues. Yeah, we've got the basic battle zone, which is the one that's in the main box, which is going to be going out to retail, which is like your basic sci-fi building.
Yeah.
We've also got fortifications, landing pads. We've got ruins coming later next year. But yeah, it's a big number of sprues. Not sure the exact count. 12 sounds about right.
Well, like this is this. What's this one?
So that's your fortification. So what you've got, you've got these big buttresses that fit on the side of your buildings or the corners of your buildings. You've got these big armoured, grumpy looking. Look how grumpy that door looks.
Yeah,
it's
it
a really
is
grumpy door. This thing here, which is a kind of big double door thing. So you get two of these across the way, like your big heavy duty, hangar bay door kind of thing. What else we got?
Here we have attachments for that like up armors the whole thing.
Yeah, so this kind of, you clip this off and it just bangs on the front of any one of your regular terrain sprues.
Yeah.
So you've suddenly got this really beefy looking building with massive armour plates. What else have we got? We've got your barricade. So that can either be a freestanding barricade or it can be a parapet around the top of something. The little satellite dish as well, so you can get your communications array up there.
Nice.
Lots of little bits of detail. What else have we got? Let's have a look.
It's always lovely, the little detail. There's a sprue over here with a gun on it.
Oh, the gun is ridiculous.
Where is it? I think it's another one down.
There's this one in the meantime. So
Oh,
check it
what's
out.
this one?
Ooh, this is the landing pad sprue, okay? So
Right.
we've got a staircase.
Yep.
Now this, it clips side by side, so you can have it as wide as you like.
Oh, nice.
Clips onto the side of your buildings, and you'll notice the way that is, you can hook your base under there and your model won't fall off the stairs.
Lovely.
See,
Lovely.
we thought this through.
Yep.
Also, diagonals. You want your diagonals, you got diagonals.
Yep.
You know? We're doing another sprue next year, which will have a piece that is as long as that as a wall section. For now, we've got some parapets that are that wide.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to do completely diagonal buildings. You've also got struts, which are like support struts, like legs for it to stand on.
Yep.
So they clip into the underside of your building. It's
And
what's
so you
great.
can raise the building up.
Yeah, and what's great is nothing is necessarily a wall or a floor or a ceiling. It's all interchangeable.
Yeah. One of the beautiful things about the Dead Zone terrain is the concept of it was, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not. The concept of this stuff was that basically the Dead Zone is these unpopulated worlds. You know, this is all real outer edge exploratory stuff. So all the supplies and stuff for all that research or exploration all comes down in containers. And then the containers themselves are all modular and repurposed into buildings. So it has such a purposeful feel.
Well, that's it. It's the idea that when you're going out into the middle of space, everything has got to be multi-purpose in a way. You don't want to waste anything. So you don't. So if you've got your containers that can then be turned
I
into your
hear
houses.
in space you drink your own pee.
I haven't myself, but I've heard some stories.
Apparently that's why they can't hear you scream.
Because you're too busy
Drinking your own pee.
just gagging back there. Yeah, it's not pleasant.
It's filtered. It's filtered apparently.
Well,
Anyway, back to what you were saying.
so anyway, my train of thought has just crashed somewhere. And
you were telling me about how multi-purpose it all is. And where's is there a toilet?
There isn't, but there could be.
There could be,
Who's
yes.
to say?
We'll kickstart that, will we?
But yeah, it means that every piece of scenery looks as though it's got a purpose. It's a utilitarian thing that has then been bashed back into being a piece of, furniture or a building or whatever it might be. And so these people, it's kind of real frontier feel to this game. These people have gone out to explore, to colonise. They're not like the happy, shiny Dreadball fans that we've seen, in Dreadball, for example, where it's all high-tech and shiny. This is the rugged end of the GCPS, which is really cool. I like
It's awesome. Well, I'm going to take a break there as we try and fight our way back out through the queue. But stay tuned and we'll be right back. So we're having a great day. It's a really good day. If you're wondering why we're whispering, it's because in there is going the ultimate grudge match, okay? So, what you're looking at there are the champions of Dreadball. And because we're in England, we're allowed to use the word literally a lot. And they literally hate each other. Don't they? Literally.
I wouldn't want to go in there. It's messy.
It's like a bear pit. It's like a bear pit.
So
you know?
these are our regional finalists. We had a load of regional Dreadball games over the last few months.
Yeah.
These are all the winners. And it's getting serious in there,
So it's like the Wicked Witch of the East versus the Wicked Witch of the West versus the Wicked Witch of the North.
Yeah. So you can be
What were
Dorothy.
the regions, though?
You'll be Dorothy. I'll be Toto. And
Yeah.
no, I've got no idea. It was like the North, the South, the East, Wales. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
Various different.
Whatever the regions were, that's where they've come from.
Yeah.
And they literally hate each other.
It's well,
A fight nearly broke out in there earlier on. And they were swinging for each other.
well, there's a lot
We had
riding
to
on
go
this.
and
This
separate
is to them. I mean,
This is the ultimate blagging rights, isn't it?
And this is a game of ultimate, which is all about, one person can be standing at the end. There can be one winner,
Yeah.
and we're reaching the end of the game now. And well, it could be anyone.
Tension's on.
Yeah.
Walk with me, James. Okay, so we're having a magnificent day. It has been fabulous. There has been literally, I'm getting to use this word literally a lot. We're in England. We're allowed to use the word literally in every sentence. There have been literally people here. How many people?
Literally loads.
Literally loads.
We think about 300 maybe-ish, possibly, roughly.
Okay, so literally 300-ish
Literally
people.
300-ish people, yeah.
In here, the Drop Zone Commander guys have been going at it all day long. I'm trying to get into a Drop Zone Commander tournament.
Oh, really?
And they've been advising me on the army to take. So they psychologically profiled me,
Right.
and that didn't take long.
Getting quite deep.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
They want to look at you and then it gets...
Yeah, they said, you should play Shaltari, but you'd be rubbish at it. They said, Scourge. They're fast, they're aggressive. They'll be easy for you to play, but yeah, you'll be crap at it. So I've ended up possibly with UCM.
Okay.
Because the high armor means I can be crap at it, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's forgiving.
It's the learning curve army,
Yes. So, I'm looking forward to trying that. There is something I want to show you.
Yeah.
Games and Gears are doing a Kickstarter at the moment for injection molded plastic gaming tables that are modular. They come in squares. If we sneak in here, now they're doing this stuff for. Here we have the Blessed Spotter Hawk. So here it is. Here, this is an injection molded modular gaming table. It comes pre-painted with the basic paint scheme that's very easy to weather. This one is Drop Zone Commander scale, so it's been perfectly scaled just for Drop Zone Commander. It's got car parks. It's even got little ridge exactly where the curb and stuff would be. It also comes in 28mm scale, which I cannot wait to see. And they're doing stuff for adventure games that have cobblestones and stuff like that, and they're designed for playability, so they're flat. You're not gonna have cocked dice and stuff like that on them, and the basic paint schemes on them is really, really nice. So it was lovely actually seeing that stuff up close. Apparently, as well, one of the obviously we've had a day of people walking out with boxes the size of small bungalows. You know, James, the number of people that are walking out delighted with Dead Zone stuff today is unreal.
It's about, I think 120 people have picked up the Dead Zone stuff, and the faces, the grinning, beaming, happy faces, it is lovely to see.
It must be heartbreaking for you seeing it all go.
It's it's like watching a baby bird leave the nest, you know. I know it has to leave us eventually, and it's going to go out there and they'll be happy and they'll show their friends and then they'll want some more, and then more of it will leave the warehouse. And
I know for me it was very difficult to resist the temptation of walking into the warehouse and smearing myself all over all the boxes.
You just kind of want to knock it over and roll around in it.
You know, just roll around in it and have them falling on me like rose petals while I'm...
Well, a little bit harder and pointier and faster,
It's a little bit more dangerous, but we're war gamers, we're used to that.
Absolutely, yeah. We love danger.
So have you and Renton been in there smearing yourself all over these boxes? Or?
Not today, we didn't have time, no.
They see, that's dedication. You know, they gave up valuable smearing time to make sure all that stuff got out the door. Well, let's mosey on over here, because there's one last person I want to talk to. Alessio Cavatori has had a successful day. He's had a really, really busy day. He's been tortured by people. And there's been boxes of Loca floating out all over the place. On top of that, he's looking up a rule.
Who write this stuff?
Dear God, Alessio, it's chess. Surely you don't have to go to the rule book.
It's not quite chess. This is more balanced than chess.
Oh, it's more balanced than chess.
It's broken, don't you know? The White Army, I'm told, is much more powerful than the Black Army because he always moves first.
Well, there you have it.
See, this one isn't, you know? You roll to see who goes first.
Have you had a good day?
Fantastic. It's been, you know, playtesting all the time. No, playtesting? And I'm not playtesting, not anymore. It's done.
You're past the
This one is
playtesting
done.
stage.
Yes, playing all day, demoing the game. People had great fun, and they ran out of stock, and they had to go and replenish the stock, which was fantastic.
And has your little mobile Kickstarter app been clinging away while you've been on it?
Well, quiet day.
Every few minutes you're looking at Alessio and he's looking at his phone again. You know, and if he goes like this, there's another backer.
And if I go like this, somebody's gone out.
Okay, we're glad you had a good day. Enjoy the Loca, guys. Well, James, it's been an amazing day. Let's walk with me as we walk outside into the big, bright future that is the end of the day. Look. Okay. Do you mind if I rummage my hand around your box?
Go ahead.
Okay, right. Come on over here. I've been dying to do this all day. Now, I have seen bigger boxes than yours, okay? But this is a very tidy box. As boxes go, I'm quite impressed by this. So if I can just get your flaps spread there back there, okay? So, right, in this one, look at the terrain. What am I looking at here?
That is an accessory sprue. So you got your railings, barrels, lampposts, that sort of stuff.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Are you pleased with what you've got?
I think so. This is the first time I've had a real good look inside my box. So it's
we're
good.
joining in this
It's
experience
like
with
a
you.
VIP box opening.
Yes, it is. You know, we tend to do this kind of thing. You know, you buy the stuff, we just unbox it. So this is the sprue full of connectors.
Yes, indeed.
And Ronnie was giving me a demonstration of these connectors, and they work rather well. But you have to be careful that whenever you put them in, you get a wee pin or something to push them out. That's the hot tip for the connector.
Yeah, when you take them out, there are because they're so precision engineered, they're so small in certain places. If you pull them out too quickly, they can tear. So what you want to do is get like a little endy pair of clippers or modelling knife, whatever it might be, and just pop them out from the other end.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hot tip of the day.
Today.
I
Absolutely.
just realised that while he was talking that entire time, I was going... And then, hang on a second, he's not on the mic. I put it there and you stop. Well, that's just how it goes. So it's all in there. It's all in there.
Yeah.
What's the book?
That will be the rule book.
Have you got the new book smell?
Oh, here,
Oh
here,
yeah,
here,
you
here,
can get
here.
that. Yep.
There it is.
Do you know what? I'm not going to be the most evil man in the world. Because if I was, we'd be lifting out that box of Dead Zone at the bottom and slicing it open and listening to the squeak, the slight squeak as the top comes off. And
See if we can find one later so we can get
oh,
our into it.
yes.
There's a
yes.
warehouse at the back.
Yeah. And there's only 2 or 3 people there. I think we can overpower them quite easily.
We would, and if there hopefully will be enough for us to smear
Well,
ourselves.
what I mean
over.
to say is that I will stop you from doing that, Warren. How could you?
Okay, look, thank you very much for letting me look inside your box. It's fabulous. Enjoy it, okay? So that's it, guys. I think we're gonna call it a day at that. This has been the Mantic Open Day. It's been fabulous. It's full of people who have just, do you know what? They just enjoy gaming. Yeah. And they've had a great time. They're going home with boxes and boxes of goodies. I think it's a major success, actually.
Yeah.
Major
I
success.
think that the Mantic fan base, all those crazy people in there, they are such a lovely bunch. They enjoy the gaming, they enjoy coming along, picking Ronnie's brains, getting a few freebies, It's just a really nice day to come along and experience that.
There's also a definite change in vibe. I think, obviously you can't talk about this because you're not independent enough, but I am. There's a definite change in vibe with the release of Dead Zone. It today felt like a company that's coming of age. It's a company that's now going to the point where it's going to reach the tipping point. We can only wait and see. Yeah. But seeing the excitement on people's faces, looking at the quality of the products that they're walking out with, looking at the quality of the sculpts that they're walking out with, I think we're at the cusp of some exciting times here.
I'm excited.
You look excited.
Well,
you look tired excited.
I'm at that adrenaline-y excited kind of thing where, if I stop being excited, I'll fall over somewhere.
Okay, so I'm going to take James and intravenously feed him some kind of Red Bull type drink. Other than that, thank you for joining us from wherever you are on the Mantic Open Day. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi,
so I
guys.
hope you enjoyed that little insight into the Mantic Open Day. I tell you what a difference it makes to be able to go to an event and actually be made feel welcome, like you wanted to be there. We didn't have any equipment confiscated. It was a great day.
Yeah, I'm actually really sorry that I missed it because I enjoyed the last one I got to.
Yeah, it's a great day, and it's quite an interesting facility that it's based in. It's the guys at Mantic. They had another venue, but then it ended up double booked, so they had to change venue.
Right.
So
Interesting. I just said it was creepy.
Well,
it is a bit creepy.
The venue they had last year.
It
Same
still,
venue.
it still has
Or
the
not
NHS
last year, last
signs
time.
up.
Yeah. So it's where they did the whole zombie thing. That you were at.
Yeah, me and Mike went up to.
With the NHS signs, I spent the whole day wandering around going, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that. God knows what someone's had in here.
Lloyd has the most amazing case of OCD in that you're a hand washer, aren't you? He's a hand washer and a plug counter.
Just the Purell.
Yeah, so it's a case of Lloyd's first words whenever he was a tiny little baby, his first word.
This may be slightly exaggerated.
It's not exaggerated, and my mum will attest to this. Lloyd's first word was "bezies." So Lloyd knew to say "bezies" before anything else. So everything to Lloyd was "bezies." So Lloyd has 2 traits, and both of them, to be fair, wind me up. Lloyd will have a sharp intake of breath if he has to touch anything that he believes might have come in contact with disease. And secondly, if you try to get Lloyd out of a building, Lloyd will go around and inspect every plug in the building to make sure it's switched off before he will leave.
Well, hang on, that's more of a common sense thing.
Exactly.
Especially with the power costs these days.
Anyway, we're talking about Mantic.
Just you feed his OCD. Just you feed it.
No, I do the exact same
you're
thing, and it's not OCD.
You're OCD as well, then. Anyway, it was a fantastic day. We got to have a look around you. We were in the warehouse. Holy moly, the amount of dead zone that they had packed into that warehouse. You just get to see the other side of a Kickstarter there. And I just couldn't get over the scale of it all. I just couldn't get over how much stuff was packed in there. Later on, I got to actually unbox Dead Zone in an absolutely monster unboxing with myself and Jake Thornton. It'll be coming out on the site shortly. So you get a chance to have a dig through that box. But I saw people walking out with boxes at least this size.
So hang on, their Kickstarter pledgers were actually getting their gear on the day.
They were all queued up.
There was hundreds of them queued up waiting to get their gear.
Nice.
It was a really cool way to do it.
Yeah. It was
like
a great event.
Like a pre-release.
There must have been 300 odd people at the event. It was really that good. The guys from Drop Zone Commander were there as well.
Nice.
Putting on demo games and stuff like that. And they were working with that plastic board. They had a plastic gaming table that's injection molded plastic, pre-painted from Gears and Games, which they're kickstarting at the moment. Oh, God, it looks so cool.
Nice.
It really does look cool. It comes in 2 scales, one scaled for Drop Zone Commander, and it comes in 28mm scale as well. So it's got all the roads and all painted on it. All you have to do is weather it up.
Nice.
I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold, so if you see me touching my nose, highly unprofessional, but...
I had it last night, but it's just sort of vanished away, because we were on the trot for 6 days solid, running around over there.
Yeah.
So we're a little
you remember me
run
last year during the winter, which was like...
But, right, before we get carried away, the Mantic Open Day restored my faith in days. My faith in special days like that was completely killed off with Games Day, and completely restored with the Mantic Open Day.
Yeah, but Mantic, it's...
The feeling was just, it was like night and day. It really was.
But companies like Mantic and Warlord and Hawk War Games can do that because they have to be fair, much more community orientated because to them they can't afford to lose support and to lose community members. They can't afford high levels of churn the way that a company like Games Workshop can. Because
let's be honest, it makes for a better day either way. Doesn't matter if you have to or not.
Yeah.
The guys at Mantic are still going to enjoy it for it being like that.
Yeah, it was great. It was funny because when we walked in, obviously this was a change of venue, and there was they had lights gaffer taped to the walls. They tell me it was entirely deliberate. Yeah, sure it was.
Crap.
Yeah. Zombie apocalypse, what do we do? Get a cord of lights and tape them. Why were the bulbs so dark?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. It was what it was. As the day wore on, it got more and more interesting. There was a Dread Bowl tournament at it, and
loads of them.
Loads of them
stuffed full of Dread Bowl players.
Yeah,
and when they had finished, each of the winners from the 5 kind of regions got together for a game of Dread Bowl Ultimate.
Oh, nice.
So. Apparently that was pretty cutthroat.
Right. Well, who took up the 6th slot?
I don't believe they played a 6th slot. They just played the 5 of them.
Ah, right.
So it's and it was pretty cutthroat from what I can hear. We walked past it at one point, and it looked rather tense actually. It looked rather tense. So, and the guys from Warlord were there, and they had Bolt Action on the go, and they had demo games of Judge Dredd being played on Dead Zone terrain,
and it looked super. Really nice.
We've had a play with this Dead Zone terrain now. All I can say is OMG, they have finally done it. They have created grown-up Lego. It is Lego for gamers. It really is.
One of the best terrain systems then, or what do you think?
It's all right. It's really modular because during the unboxing I said let's get some of this built.
Right.
And within 15 minutes, even he'd whacked together something that I went, that looks really impressive.
Yeah, for actually just clipping it out, cutting it together. To be fair, if you get a ton of this stuff and you gather it up, right, what I intend to do is to clip it all out, sort it out into its constituent parts, so that all the walls of one type go together, all the floors of one
calls
type
me
go together.
OCD.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
But by sorting it out into its appropriate parts,
Yeah.
you then can start to build something much more interesting. And the beauty of it is, it's so well thought out. There's one or two wee tiny niggles with it here and there, but you know what? You don't really care about that so much.
I know where this is going, right? You know the way I said you can hand it to him in 15 minutes, he built something really cool.
Right. Did he build a box?
No, he built something that's like really elaborate looking. Niall sorted it all out, and you're like, Lloyd, me and Stephen have built a big bloody tower, and it'd be a big square thing, and I'll be like, all that effort just to build a big square tower.
How did you know I wanted to build a tower? A tower is exactly what I want to build.
I just imagined him building Empire State Building or something.
You could build a really, really cool tower.
Except it'd be the Empire Crate building.
Well, what I'm thinking is, you go online and find anything kind of oil rig or something like that, and you'll be able to build. You'd be able to build it out of this stuff. And then the beauty of it is, not only have they got all those wall pieces, but they have the additional pieces to up armor it. Okay, so suddenly those walls go from being flat to having big, bulky armor on them as well, and it's just really, really interesting. It's a system I want to see expand. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to Mantic come back with. Maybe they'll kickstart something in the future.
A Gen 2.
Just to expand on it. It just works.
Some people are going to build mountains of this stuff because there was one guy. He had a box this size in his arms and another box on top of it, and then he had a backpack. And he says, right, this is me, I'm kind of on my way. He says, right, see you, you're away.
Right,
oh,
so
no,
did we have our buddy James M. Hewitt out front with the signalling flags?
Just to get everybody in and out of the place.
He came back in again. I think he went out with another box and refilled a different rucksack.
Yeah. It's.
I thought the salute buyers were nuts.
Yeah, some of the Kickstarters had come out.
Yeah, but come on, let's be honest. That guy is probably not doing it for himself. That has to be for a club.
No, it
was for himself. Congratulations, mate! You impressed the hell out of us. You know.
He's sitting there in his bedroom now, going, "Oh, I'm the lord of all this."
No, he's not. He's sitting there in his bedroom, clipping it all out and organising it into neat little piles, so as that he can build something utterly amazing.
Or he has his entire family set down for Christmas. Go build.
As you'll see from the unboxing, whenever we actually show the stuff on the unboxing, everybody's currently looking at it from a buildings perspective.
Right.
However, when you take that building that I built during the unboxing,
yes,
and you turn it upside down,
yes, you get space tiles.
You get space corridors.
Yeah.
The most awesome looking space corridors.
Okay.
All in all, that terrain set, I think, is going to be a game changer.
So do you think it's going to be a standalone piece? It's going to have to be sent out separate from.
Well, it's already a separate product.
Yeah, you're ready.
All right, you can already grab it.
You'll already be able to buy that as a separate product.
All right.
But like I mean, from the point of view of clubs and stuff like that, because it's so flexible, right? What I've loved about it is you can put it all together completely without glue. Now, fair enough. If you're going to build big bits of it, you will ultimately want to glue it together to give it the complete rigidity that it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
What you do is you build segments and then glue those bits and then pull them together.
But the very fact that you can dry fit it, okay, because I've had a big ton of the workshop terrain, which is also superb, the Cities of Death stuff. But the problem with the Cities of Death stuff is you get
one shot, job done.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to dry fit all that together, and all you could really do was corner buildings. This stuff here, you can do all sorts of shapes with it. And if you want to go in and cut it up and distress it, it'll take that no problem. It's got enough detail on it that it's just going to take painting and dry brushing. And if you want to do some airbrushing with some pre-shading and stuff like that, that'll work beautifully on this stuff. It'll work. Oh, God, I can't wait. I'm ready to cut short the shows so I can go and play with it again.
You're chomping at the bit just to get away and just...
Yeah, absolutely I am, because you know how big a fan we are of gaming tables.
Oh, yeah.
This stuff here, I'm looking at this stuff and I'm just... Every time I pick it up, I'm thinking of another way to use it.
After he drops it.
After I drop it.
Adult Lego is all we have to say then.
So anyway, the Mantic Open Day was absolutely fabulous. We had a great time at it. And, it shows signs of health. It shows signs of health. There was a lot of people there who were very happy and enjoyed the day and walked away with what I consider a really, really good product. It was, it was very impressive. Okay, so... in this episode, we're going to be talking about what went on at Nottingham. I've got some interesting stuff to tell you about the Tower of Locha. And if you are a backstager, we've got a treat for you in store this weekend, because tomorrow we're going to be doing 4 great games to play with your friends over Christmas. Because we were having to think about this. We were on the boat, we were having to think about, when you have Christmas, it's your opportunity to get your friends and whatnot over. So if you've only a couple of friends, there's 4 of you, we have a game for that. If you've got maybe 8 or so people around, we've got a game for that. And if you're going to have 18 or 20 people around, we've got a game for that
18 or 20 people?
Well, it's scaled up for us, because we played it at the...
He's played it.
Yeah, we played it.
Oh, that's the one.
We played it at the backstage meetup. So remember, if you're not a backstager and you want to get involved, please do come on over and create a backstage account. Get logged in. You can watch all the extra content that we put out. We've got some amazing painting tutorials and things like that in backstage. We also have some terrain tutorials that we're working through as well. Yeah. We have the
designer chats.
We have designer chats, which we have more coming soon. We picked up some more designer chats while we were over in Nottingham. And backstage is what keeps Beasts of War alive. If it weren't for the backstagers, we couldn't continue. So if you fancy coming on for backstage, give it a go. I think you'll enjoy it. So, Nottingham, we're back. We're a little burned out. It was quite a heavy trip, because we left on
Wednesday night.
On a Wednesday night, took an overnight boat, and then basically just worked non-stop until the Monday, whenever we got the sailing back.
Yeah.
And on the Tuesday, I was pretty much dead.
I assume you walked in the door and just went, boom.
I stopped in with my sister just to say hello and see how her and her kids and whatnot were, and fell asleep while I was talking to her. It was
mid chat.
Mid chat.
Okay.
I fell asleep. Yeah, I was. It was amazing. We accomplished a lot. We met a lot of people. There were so many people that we had long overdue getting back in touch with. It was a fabulous trip. But boy, I'm still a bit burned out from it. Even now, we're still getting caught up.
I had an hour's power nap, and then I got up and bothered you. I was ringing you on the Skype. Justin, what's happening?
Yes, Justin, update me. I've been gone. Ah!
So it was a bit like that. We were out of touch and out of contact, and it was a case of it'll run. Whatever'll happen, it'll be okay. So
I got to watch 2 movies on the boat, though.
Right.
Yes.
What'd you say?
One was After Earth.
Yes.
After Earth. I keep meaning to say that. Any good?
It's pants.
Right.
It's
It's pants.
Damn it.
It's all right. It's all right.
The sets, I don't know what's going on with the set design. It's all really rubbery and stuff.
Was it bright lights and pretty colours? Would it entertain me? Entertain me now?
No.
Yes.
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 I don't know. I thought it was pants. And then the next movie we watched,
Pacific Rim, you will love it.
I already have seen it. I love it already.
Of course you do.
right?
Of course you do.
Visually, really nice. But it's bloody Power Rangers, man.
It's not.
Load of dog
Let's fire! Come on, give me your arm. We need to do this synchronized. Let's fire our plasma! Let's announce the next thing we're going to do. It is Power Rangers.
All right,
let's do uppercut.
I'm going to do a shout out for another YouTube channel that you two have to have a look at. It's called How It Should Have Ended.
Yep.
They've done a How It Should Have Ended for Pacific Rim. You will laugh your head off.
Well, it should have ended after the opening credits.
No. What's with the Russians? Russians! Blonde hair up to here!
Yeah, it was so full of stereotypes. It was like it was made in the 80s.
And it had so many plot holes.
Whoever made some of the Bond movies that had Roger Moore in it must have been the guy behind this. It was stinkingly bad. I fell asleep through it. That's how bad it was.
It was horrendous.
I enjoyed it, but because I enjoy anime, I can enjoy that because it is just giant fighting robots. I'm happy.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was because there was some Oriental chick with blue hair. And Justin's like, robots and blue hair.
Robots and blue hair. It was all.
Come on, I'm not that bad.
It pressed all your anime buttons.
It pushed. It did. It went. What's in an anime? There's this, this, and this. Let's put it all in the one movie.
Let's be honest. It could have been made as an anime, and nobody would have noticed.
But here's what I don't understand, right? So all the bombs and missiles and everything that Earth had couldn't defeat these things.
Right. These things are so strong that it takes nukes to get through. That's what they say at the start.
Wait. So they built these machines.
Right.
And they nuclear powered the machines.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Right. What do you hear?
So this is all about a direct transfer of energy, right?
Right.
So if you're going to nuclear power a machine that's going to do all this here, you're never going to have as much transfer of energy as you just putting the nuke directly into the monster.
And there's a nuclear
and it would cost you a fraction of the cost.
A nuclear-powered robot that whips down his chest and fires little rockets.
Wait. That one's not nuclear powered. That one has a plasma reactor.
It fires little rockets. Fire the plasma at the monster.
You have cased on ramjet rockets. I know.
Yeah,
I've read the book.
Planes. You have planes that can go.
Yes.
You have planes that can go at 60,000 feet and fire missiles directly in it. You have submarines that can fire from kilometers away into it. But no, they need robots to get up in that stage.
This is why you should watch How It Should Have Ended.
Ooh.
And they've done it for every movie. They've done a How It Should Have Ended. You will love it. Go check it out.
And they build a big metal wall. There's basically a load of rusty metal that's badly put together.
Yeah.
And they wonder why the monster just goes, raw! I'm through that.
Now, before we get any more spoilers, you know, it's not fair. We don't want to spoil it for you. It's right.
They're all clones.
I enjoyed it. If you want a fun little action romp, go for it.
I have to say it. They're all clones, yet...
It's Guillermo del Toro.
No, one of them is... What do you not expect them to have to do if they're clones? How do you make them more of something?
Yeah.
No, don't give it away. That is a bloody plot spoiler. No, don't do that.
Well, hang on. Did you at least stay to the end of the credits for the extra scene?
I actually enjoyed the movie, and that's the ridiculous part.
He did say, I went to bed.
I gave up. There was one scene at the end of the movie which he probably missed after the credits.
Right, that's fine.
There is something after the credits.
Yes.
No, that's fine. Stay and watch it after that there. I don't want to plot spoil it for
and we're kind of way off topic.
Right. Anyway,
the
highlight... after the movies, one of the highlights for me was the backstage meetup. We had a fantastic time at the backstage meetup. Oh, Justin, you would have loved it. You would have absolutely loved it. We had about 18 people, maybe more, turn up.
It were great. It really was.
It were great.
You were worried about it, and I was saying to you, you're just we'll go and have fun, but you didn't really know what to expect, did you? And it was, but it was so much fun. So much so that we're going to be doing it more often. And we have other physical events that we're working on, that we're actually going to start and get involved in, including tournaments.
We were having so much fun that people across the bar, as I was walking along asking for seats, were asking, what are you guys doing? It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
By this time I'd had a few drinks and I'm like, oh, we're playing werewolves and stuff.
Can I just say a big thank you to community and backstage member Dead Dave, who decided to get my younger brother completely rat-arsed.
Whoa. This is what you told me. You said you had about 3 pints. Or did he?
Dead Dave alone poured 3 pints down his neck. And that doesn't count what I bought him. So Lloyd had a fantastic time. It was great crack. We got some games in. We only got one game of Citadel in. I should call it half a game of Citadels. Because I was looking forward to playing Citadels, but by the time we'd finished playing everything else and drinking and having some crack, we only got a half game in.
So the night was wearing their clothes at that point?
I did have a camera with me, but I didn't take it out.
We didn't even get a photograph.
And do you know what?
Really?
So not even a photograph.
Yeah, there was me sitting last week going, okay, is there a weekender coming in from the guys? What? No? What the hell?
To be fair, what happened was we ended up having so much fun, we just opted to have fun. And it was brilliant. A massive thank you to everybody who did manage to make it. Next time we're going to announce them well in advance. I believe the next one will be in around the early part of February.
Right.
We're not sure of the venue. It might be the same place, or we might go to the Pit and Pendulum this time if we're up in Nottingham. So we will announce it early, but it'll be in around the early part of February. And as I said, that's only the start, because we have other announcements to make on actual events, and we're going to start trying to roll out some big events, because International Tabletop Day will be coming up as well, and we want to make sure that we get something good going for that too. So bear with us. Also, on this point, now is a good time to say we got a load of response to our request. We put a request out a couple of weeks back for somebody who wanted to come on and volunteer with the team with us to work with us on event organization for online events, online events that we could be hosting with the community next year. We want to do a lot more of that, but also helping us organise some physical events and things as well. We've had a load of responses to that. Thank you to everybody who's responded. We're working through them at the moment and trying to get a better idea of the kinds of things that we're looking for and who's going to be the best fit. If you're interested, if you happen to miss the last one, you still have a couple of days this weekend if you want to drop us an email about it. But other than that, we're working through them. We also have picked we have 3 new moderators joining the team. So we'll be in contact with you guys very, very shortly. But a big thank you again to everybody who volunteered their time to become moderators as we move forward and do some stuff with the forums and things like that. We have picked 3. So we'll be in contact with you guys as soon as possible to give you some insight into what we're doing and get things slowly fired up. Right. The purpose, obviously, of the Nottingham trip was to get content and stuff like that, and to begin the process of setting up our Nottingham studio. A massive, massive thank you to the people that are helping us with the Nottingham studio. It's been of an enormous help. We got there and we've had a look around the place, and it'll be perfect. It'll be perfect. We had one issue where there was quite a big space earmarked for us. Yeah. But there was some mechanical noise within that space. There was, I think, server cabinets or something in the spot that unfortunately, if we'd filmed in there,
it would have just left a drone in the background.
We couldn't have filtered it out. So we're having a look at that. But they also had a small space that we were able to set up. We spent a day just quickly setting something up so as we could start to get some recording done in situ in the place. Yeah. So we got that set up. So we've got some unboxings and interviews and things like that. So we have plenty of content coming your way. It reminds me a little bit of the broom cupboard. If you remember, from BBC children's programmes years ago, used to come out of the BBC broom cupboard, and you had Andy Crane and Gordon the Gopher.
This is a very old fuzzy memory for me, I think.
Yes, it would be.
Bloody 80s,
Gordon the Gopher. So all I was missing was a sock puppet on set, but it was perfect for what we needed. It was absolutely perfect for what we needed. We have got designer videos on the way for backstagers. We also have another production video. Do you remember we did the one on casting? Yeah. I have another one of those on another stage of the whole production process. So, cool. And it was very, very interesting. So we have that coming through away. The best thing was, there's so much going on. It was an opportunity for us to catch up and get a chat to designers and things like that there about what they're doing and some of the games companies on what they're doing. And I'm so excited for what's coming up. I really am.
But you can't tell anybody about that yet.
Not yet, but we will. We'll be telling you loads over the coming weeks. But 2014 is looking like it's going to be quite a cracking year. Quite a cracking year.
Yep. And people keep feeding us. Brilliant.
Another highlight for me, you may have seen it going out on, I think it was Friday night. We had some stuff.
Is the highlight not your post on the site there? All the backstages that made absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yes, this was after.
Did you commit the cardinal sin?
Yes, I came on to Beasts of War when we arrived home from the Backstager hangout. I was about 3 in the morning, 2:30, 3 in the morning.
Oh dear.
And I came on to say thank you, and I managed to type out utter gibberish. I mean, complete and utter gibberish. And then when I woke up in the morning, I hopped on. They were having a good laugh at that. I didn't even go in and edit it. I just thought, do you know what? For posterity's sake, I'll just leave that there as it is.
That's in the backstage forum, is it?
Yes. Yeah, it's in the backstage forum where I was trying to thank you very much. Utter gibberish. So it was
the keys just went.
It was a combination of that, and I believe that Apple's spelling correction thing.
Oh, you were trying to do this on the iPad?
on an iPad. I think I typed it out on an iPad. So between me spelling the things badly in the first place and then Apple deciding it was going to completely reinterpret it, I may have went in and said, thank you for all your vegetables. Your houses were lovely in the sunlight of
So is this like YouTube's old audio transcriber?
Yes.
Because back in the day, that thing was pretty awful.
What do you mean back in the day?
Back in the day?
Today it is still pretty awful. So.
Oh, well, I haven't checked
Well,
recently.
what was back in the day? They were only talking about the technologies like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Back in the days for at least 10 years ago, is it not?
Oh.
Do you remember 10 years ago, Justin? Because
Not
I don't
really.
think you do.
Not really. I was having a good time.
So another highlight for me was I got a chance to sit down with Alessio to talk about the Tarot of Locke.
Yes.
And I had such
This
crack.
is after he tried to kill me in a car.
Yes.
What? Well,
Alessio did try to kill Lloyd, yes. Careful now, because you'll incriminate him. You know, there's police that watch this. Alessio is one of the most responsible drivers I have ever met for an Italian.
For an Italian. Okay.
He's even got driving gloves.
He has his driving gloves and away he goes.
You're safe as long as you can get into the car before
Quick
it
enough,
starts.
yes. If you can get into the car quick enough, you're safe.
I've had a lift from Alessio and not had a problem.
Well, I was.
It might be he doesn't like you.
I was halfway in the car and we were going.
Okay.
Like, wait,
whoa.
Wait for me. Anyway.
The Tower of Locke. The Tower of Locke is a very interesting thing. Again, Alessio's mega mind is running on ahead of us. In that, whenever Alessio originally came up with the concept of Locke, which was, or Shuro, which was the chess, and it was a variant on chess, and he was playing with chess, and then it became Locke, which basically was his complete dream for chess. It was chess based on the 4 elements.
And a much catchier name.
Locke. It's some of the beauty behind the way he's been thinking, and how some of the mysticisms and stuff like that just matched so nicely with some of the game design concepts. Well, he's then taken that on to the Tarot of Locke. Now, one of the things is I was completely ignorant of tarot. So it was a Kickstarter that I was looking at and going, it all looks very pretty, but I don't really understand it too much because I didn't understand tarot. Do you understand tarot?
Well, aside from the basics of reading the future and all the mysticism,
exactly, most of us
is what everybody thinks of, really.
Exactly, most of us sit there and think of an old woman with a tea towel on her head, throwing stuff down towards a crystal ball.
This is very bad, very bad.
Yes, well, it's nothing like that at all. Tarot, the tarot cards were playing cards. They were gaming cards. It was only in the 1800s, during all the mysticism and paranormal stuff, steampunk, Justin, steampunk. It was just during the 1800s, all that Victoriana, then that turned it into something that was more occultist.
Yeah. Okay.
Before that, they were gaming cards.
They were just another.
It's like Magic the Gathering in the 1800s.
Yeah, but the beauty of them is they are beautiful, beautiful cards, and even your normal playing cards are derived from tarot cards. And tarot cards have 5 suits. Okay, so they have 4 suits, which are called the minor arcana. Okay,
right,
and they're basically 1 to 10 plus, I believe it's a jack, a knight, a king, a queen, and a king. So it's it's like 14 cards instead of 13 cards in a suit. Where it gets interesting then is the 5th.
But what about the ace of the suit? Does that not make it the same number?
No.
No? I've maybe miscounted.
Because the ace counts as 1. So you have 1 to 10.
Got it.
And then you have
the
knight is the extra card.
Got it.
Because you have Jack, Queen, King.
Yeah.
But in a tarot deck, you have, I believe it's Jack, Knight,
King, Queen, King.
Queen,
Gotcha.
King. That's all very fine. Where it gets really interesting is the 5th suit, and it's called the Major Arcana, which I think sounds so mystical. You know, it really is interesting. And the Major Arcana is where you get all those beautifully illustrated cards like Death, the Hanging Man, and stuff like that. And it is fascinating. And then you've got you've got some really interesting games that you can play with it. And the Tower of Locke comes with, I think it's 3 or 4 game variants that you can play with it.
Right.
But the beauty of the Tower of Locke is it's a real collector's piece. It's based on Locke, so the whole fantasy world that Alessio's been creating around Locke. So it's got the 4 elements.
Yep.
And then he alludes to a 5th element, which is kind of the 5th element is kind of like love and power and stuff like that. And then in the Tarot of Locke, you get to see the 5th element. The 5th element is the major arcana.
Got it.
So it all works out really, really nicely. It's all beautiful. And then the illustrations, like if you look at the illustration, for example, on the Earth deck, the Queen is an illustration, but a much more elaborate and beautiful illustration that resembles the Queen from the chess set.
Right.
So it all kind of mixes and marries together. And it's something that Alessio is particularly good at, is finding... It's what he's building is starting to become a bit like a lattice. It all starts to fit together.
Yeah.
It's good. It's interesting.
What I like is he's working on the presentation, because I had a good look at his locker set when we were away.
Right.
I had a good look on it. I was looking around it, and it wasn't necessarily the pieces and stuff I was looking at. It was just the presentation of the game.
Yeah.
A lot of companies will go to a lot of expense and time building great components and stuff, and then they'll chuck it in the packaging that just looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Really crap. Really, really bad. I picked up Lock and I went, wow, that looks amazing.
It's a beautiful,
the presentation
beautiful
of
product.
that
so it's
beautiful.
Visually attractive whenever you first see it on the board and work your way through.
No, it's not the board. It's the box presentation.
Well, they say don't judge a game by its box or don't judge a book by its cover, but you can't help it. But when you pick up Locke, you feel like you've got something quite special because the box presentation is beautiful. When you open it up,
it's well laid out.
It's well laid out.
No, I see what you're saying.
It feels like a really quality product to have.
Gotcha.
Whereas other people build a box of stuff and everything's just sort of in the box. There's no compartmentizing or anything. It's just chucked in there. It's maybe a crappy picture on the front or something. This just looks awesome.
So
the presentation.
It's just
brilliant.
screaming class at you sitting on the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we are coming into the final run-in towards Christmas. Christmas is what, 2 weeks away? Two and a bit weeks away. So it's getting very, very close. If you fancy joining us on Backstage, well, like I said, we're going to be talking about 4 great games that you could play with company for Christmas, and we'd set ourselves particular milestones, particular attributes that they have to have. In other words, non-gamers should be able to pick it up within 1 or 2 turns. They should be quick to play and quick to set up, so there shouldn't be a huge amount of setup time where people that are non-gamers will be sitting going, "Oh,
I wish it would just begin
boring.
so it can end."
Yeah, and it's something that you should be able to get in a couple of games of, so that as people get used to it, they get a chance to have another go at it. So we've got 4 great games picked out for that. Finally, we are working towards getting some cool 40k stuff going. Obviously, NIDs are on the way, so I'm digging out.
You're going to be excited for this one.
I am excited for this one. I'm digging out my NIDs, and my mycetic spores are all going to the bin.
Oh,
why?
Well, that's the topic of another show. Okay, guys, look, thank you very much for joining us. It's been lovely having you. If you fancy joining us for a bit longer, remember tomorrow morning, Sunday mornings, over on beastsofwar.com, we have Backstage, the Weekender XLBS. And we would love it if you would come along and join us in that. So, until next week, have a great weekend. And I'm sure you're out to maybe try and get your Christmas shopping and all started now. So
I need to start, so you can join me in that activity.
Yes.
I have started, but I'm not very far through.
I haven't even started thinking about it yet, but I would need to. Guys, have a great weekend.